Hi everybody, it's Anne Lewis, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based on the Sunshine Coast here in Brisbane. Sorry, I keep saying Brisbane. On the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. So thank you very much for joining me today. I know there's a delay of 10 secs, but if you are watching, leave a comment. This is the first time that I am streaming both to Facebook and to YouTube, so I'm hoping that technology works. Now, this is the project we're making, but I'll just take you off the screen so that you can see me. Radio. So I really like this project, and I'll just show you what it looks like from up here. So as you see, it's an easel card. Now there is a little bit of cutting involved in this, cutting out, because there's a few layers, as you can probably see, to get those beautiful lines. There are simpler ways to do it, but having it with those beautiful lines is what gives it the wow. Now I've also added some post-it notes so that it has a purpose, which is what I like. Now, to me, I think this would, I'm not counting time here, of course, that's the joy bit, but this will probably cost, I'm going to guess, about $1.20, $1.30 in cardstock, and then also the little post-it notes, which I used one out of my stash, which I saw by the price tag was 20 years old, so I thought it was about time that I used it up. So if you are watching me, I'm going to take you down to the screen and let's get started. Hi Sharon, hi Lynette, hi-yo. So I'm hoping that you can see and hear me. Just leave a comment if you can. And let's get started. Now, with this technology comes something that I'm trialing today. So let's see if I can add the measurements for this. So I will add this a couple of times throughout the presentation today. And so these are the measurements for this. So if you wish, I will, I should say I will be adding them to the video and YouTube and Facebook, but here so that you can actually, sorry, I just got a message, so that you can actually screenshot this if you wish. So I'm just going to remove that banner. I think it might be getting in the way here. I don't know, I think it's okay. So there's the measurements, but as I said, I will have downloadable options fairly soon. So I'll pop that back up for anybody who doesn't know me, and let's get started. So if you are watching, hi Julie Ann, good to see you. If you are watching, let me know that you can see and hear me. I haven't heard any complaints yet, but let's just go down to here and let's get started. So I have my sheet of instructions. Now I've updated yours, but this I printed up. Wait a minute, I just got to turn the light on down here, and I hope that gives just a little bit more light. So I will be showing you what this all means. So I talk about the base. This is the base of the card. So if I turn it over, that's what I consider the base, and its layers. Then the mini easel card is this piece here. As I said, it's got a few moving parts, but that's what makes it interesting. The front panel of the easel card is this piece. The back panel of the easel card is this piece. And I think I've just called this the circles. So when I pop this up, that's the insert. And this is the post-it note and the post-it note base. It is really simple. It just takes a little bit of cutting out, and I've done all the cutting out because I knew you wouldn't want to sit and watch me do that. Look at my little bee, he's trying to escape up there. Thanks, Christine. Glad you like it. Rightio, so let's get going. Now, this is my card base, and it is 5.5 by 6 3/4. Then I have a basic white layer to go on the top, 5 1/4 by 6.5. Now I am using, so this is Sweet Sorbet, and I'm using the Be Mine Designer Series paper, which is one of our new papers from the new catalogue. So it's a sneak peek. Now, I do have some other sneak peeks, but I haven't really had a good look at them yet. So you can see I've really chopped into this paper. We're using this paper. Really what I did was pick some of my, can I say less favourite papers? Probably my less favourite papers in this kit, so that I could use them, because I might make more than one of these, and I'll make them in bulk. I won't do them singly like this. So as you see, it's really, really pretty, and for all of you, you probably know that I have a pretty good, I have a bit of an affinity with bees, because my team's called the Crafty Paper Bees, and I just love bees generally. So this paper is probably perfect for me. I'm just looking, I've lost one of my glues. Where's it gone? Oh well, it'll turn up on my table somewhere. Okay, so all I'm going to use, and I use multi-purpose glue right through this. I don't think I use any other glue at all. And really, the only thing I'm using is my paper trimmer, which I used a fair amount of, adhesive, and some cardstock and Designer Series paper. And this design will work with any of your Designer Series paper. Now, so I've put if you have a look at this, I've done the Sweet Sorbet layer, I've done the mini white. Now I've got 2 panels to put on, but I'm going to add my easel card first. So let's make the easel card. I'll just put this to the side. Now my easel card is 7 3/4 by 4 inches, and it's scored at 3 7/8 and 5 3/4. And I can't find my paper trimmer. Where is my paper trimmer? Oh, there it is, hiding behind that paper I just put away. Okay, so all I have to do is score this piece at 3 7/8 and 5 3/4. 3 7/8. Remember to just use the scorer. And 5 3/4. Now cardstock you can score fairly hard, but DSP got to be a little bit more gentle. And for those who follow me on Facebook, you will have seen that I might have scored a project a little hard, and I had to use a Stampin' Up! Band-Aid on it. And I'll show you all my projects that I've made, because it's from an upcoming class, a little later. Anyway, so there's my easel. So an easel card is something that looks like that. Now to hold this in place, you need something here, which is what my post-it notes do. So all you're going to do is, if I close that up into a normal card shape, or similar, square shape anyway, is I'm making a mountain and then just putting this like this. So quite easy. In fact, it's very, very simple. So I'll grab my card base again, and this time I'm going to just get my pieces, which are my side panels. So they're 1 1/8 by 5 1/8. So as you see, they just sit there. Hopefully I've got another one sitting here. I do. Now, because of the design that I made, I then decided that I needed a piece in there. Now, so now I know. Now I only have small borders on this, so 1/16. just do it like that. And then this sits, as you'll see, just sits like that. So these are the pieces I'm putting on, but I'm going to glue the main part, because the others I can work around, which is the easel card part. So let's get it on. But I use that as a bit of a template. So for what is the middle, so I'll line that up again. Now I will show you in a sec, because when I designed this project, it was a little, I had to have a few fiddles with it. And I want to just make a comment in relation to my folds, and I'll show you in a second. So I want this, the fold at the top, and this just sits in line with these pieces here. So I know that's going to be about there. I think that's probably about there actually. So that's why those little panels actually help you if you just place them down as a guide. Now, this size and that size are different. So they look very similar, but that's why I've had to cut two different panels for it. So let's glue these on now. Don't know where my other adhesive is. Have we got any comments? Hi, Glenda. So as always, if you leave a comment, you will be in the running. And I'll send a gift to you. Won't be this one, but I will send you one of the cards I've made during Facebook Live. Now, do have to tell you that Facebook last week, not because I've done anything wrong, it was a glitch in Facebook. And it wasn't a copyright issue or anything, because as you know, everything I do here, I don't have music, there's no copyright issues, but they deleted my videos and I can't get them back. So I'm pretty, to be honest, I am pretty devastated, because my last few videos have been fabulous. Now there's still some there, it's just the latest ones. So I haven't checked whether last week's has stayed up, but that's why I've changed up the technology. So, because this technology actually saves it for me, so that's good. So Sharon says she's been using this DSP too and loving it. Okay, so there we go. Now all I have to do is add these panels onto here. So that's what I said, it's really, really simple. So I always do the cutout first. So these are my two pieces. Now I know that the front panel is the biggest one, so I've cut it out, so I know it's this one, front panel, perfect. And then same on my designer series paper, so it's going to go there. I love the touch of the lemon lime. Lemon lime, I can only think of lemon lime bitters. What? Come on, what is it called? I'm having a brain drain. Lemon, not lemon lolly, lemon lime twist. It just came to me. As soon as I started thinking of the drink, that was the end of me. There we go. So this is the bigger one. This is the small one. So it's really a quick project. It's the cutting out that takes a little bit of time, and I've done the work for you. Now, just make sure that these, if you've got a pattern, that these go the right way. Now, whilst you might be tempted to put this one facing backwards, this one facing forwards, what happens is when you close this card, so you drop it down, this is the way it sits. See, I always put them, you get to choose what works for you, but I always put them in the same direction. I don't swap them around. So you can see it's going to be a quick project because I've done all the work, and it doesn't take long to cut out. What took the time, to be honest, was the designing of it. That took a bit of fiddling. Now I'm going to change this up next time I make it. Whoops, what happened there? Got a problem here. Wait a minute. I obviously twisted it and it moved a little bit. Let's see. I'm not going to fiddle with that. I'm just going to cut out another piece. So I know this is the back piece, so the back panel. So I don't need that. I need in basic white. So I'm going to have to go and grab some basic white. Don't you hate when that happens? I think this will be big enough. I always have my scraps in one. Hello. That's obviously big enough. So grab my paper trimmer. So this is the back panel. So I know the basic white is 3 3/4. So let's do the long way. Oh, it's just 3 3/4. How good is that? 3 3/4 by 1 5/8. 1 5/8. All right. Let's throw that out so I don't get confused. And then I need that pretty paper with the DSP, which is this one. So it says 1 1/2 by 3 5/8. So one of these I'm hoping is 1 3 5/8. Let's see. So 1 1/2. I'm just going to put this up a little bit so you can see it. Shift my light out. Move this up a bit. Here we go. So this one is 1 1/2 inches. I'm hoping that this is 3 5/8, but let's see. Let's see. 3 5/8. Just there. And it is. That's why cutting out in bulk can make it so much quicker, because you can just cut a strip and then cut it into the pieces you want. So much quicker than doing what I just did then. So let's glue it. Now you might have seen Christine on here before. Tomorrow we do our Facebook Live together. This time I'm going to let that dry so there's no disasters. Let that dry just a bit. Anyway, I do the Facebook Live with her tomorrow at 10 a.m. So she's based in, near Boston, United States. So how cute is that? So let's add the insert. And the insert is 3 7/8 by 3 3/4. Now, do want to say there's a right way and a wrong way. See how this does not fit? Hangs over the side, so spin it around and it will fit perfectly. Add some glue to that. Now, I didn't add any message to the inside of this. There's my lid. Like this. Put that away before I have a mess. So now you can see how it's coming together. Then I have already cut out my stylish shapes, which have these circles, and you hear me talk about these all the time. For the circles, I also have the decal circles. I nearly use them I love the stitched edge of the deckled of these stylish shapes. And then I've gone, now this is the 3-inch circle. I've gone to the 2.5-inch circle for my design series paper. So I've got that on here as well. Come on, glue. Now I haven't popped anything up because it's already popping up, and I wanted this to be, I've got a bit of glue there, I'll have to clean that up after it dries. I'll try and just take a little bit of that off, and then I can clean it up later with an adhesive rubber. So there we go. And I'll bring back, use my card over here, I'll bring back this, and all this does is sit up. So when it comes up here, so I'm only gluing this at the bottom half. If I glue the whole lot, it's not going to pop up. In fact, it's not, this panel is only going to do like that. So I only want to do half. So I do classes, and on Sunday I had one of my team members here, Kirsty, and she, like what I normally do is just like keep my fingers there and no to glue below. And she just told me this most obvious thing. She turns it over like this, so how she wants to sit it. And I know I only want to glue this end because I want it to pop up like that. So she just lines it up like this and puts the glue. Now I never take it right up to the fold, just in case any squishes out. And you know I use a fair bit of glue. At least my projects won't undo over time. So what a great tip that is. Glenda says she's got tomorrow's show written on my calendar. Christine would be chuffed if she heard you calling it a show, because we do try and entertain, and we have such a good time. And it's one of the few times I get to catch up with Christine in person. So there we go. So now I just want to add this, and I did have the leftover, oh here are the leftover yellows, but to be honest I didn't like that yellow, and so I'm going to be using some small of the pink ones. I think they don't look too bad. Now I just divide these in half. They're too much, they're too thick. If you don't do that, you could even divide them into thirds if you're doing lots of them. So then I will just glue this down, turn it over, put lots of glue on it. Now post-it notes, I get mine from, if you're in Australia, from Officeworks, but you can get cheap ones. You don't have to get the really expensive ones. So this one's just got a little tiny border on it. I'll open this back up and I'll bring this back in so you can see. So as you see, I've just left a little white border on this. So see that little white border there? Put that there. So who's been noticing? Never too old to learn. Oh my goodness, has this week been a week of learning for me? Who's been noticing my new branding that I've been adding over time to my blog and my Facebook and to my posts? Let me know what you think. Do you like the new one, or did you like the old? I suppose it was mainly black, my brand colours. So that's how that sits up. Now, on this one, I actually stamped the top. Now, I've stamped the top of Post-it notes before, and it's always looked good. I just didn't like this, but I wanted to show you that that's what it looks like. And because I think it's such a solid stamp, I probably wouldn't do it again. I'm not going to do it on this one. But the other thing you can do, say you don't want to use Post-it notes, an even cheaper way than Post-it notes, if you just want to do some little notelets, is you can actually make a tiny box and then drop some copy paper, cut up some copy paper to the shape of your box, drop that in, cut out a little insert so you can pull out the paper, and that works really, really well on as an idea. So it's just another idea of doing this. I'm not going to do anything on this now, but I will show you perhaps how to stamp that bee. But let's add the sentiment. Now, I've changed up the sentiment. You're as sweet as honey, which is such a cute one, which is the one I used on this. And it comes from the stamp set that matches this paper, the designer series paper. And it also is part of a bundle, and it comes with this punch. There's a couple of things I love about this punch. One, it will punch out that circle, and also, oh no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Sorry, I'm pretty sure it does. I can't even remember now. It's a while since I've used to cut it out there, but it cuts out this. They're your bee stripes, as you can see there. It's got all these different faces, which are so, so cute, and it adds character to your bee. And it has these wings. Now the wings, when you look at the punch, is in a heart shape. Now who would have guessed? So you've now got a heart shape, a little heart shape, and these cut out the antlers. I think that's what you call them anyway. Now I'm going to, I've got some spare paper here. I'll just show you. I shouldn't do it on here, but oh, wait a minute. I've never tried this. Wait a minute. I'm just grabbing some designer series paper. Just seeing. I don't think this bee is so much bigger. Yes. Just checking, because some of our dies do cut out the patterns in the designer series paper. Antennae. Now, my Christine says, cuts out the cute bee, but you can also use it as a word punch window. Great idea. So, wait a minute. Let's bring this over. So, I've got another trick for this. So there are your pieces. So you can see the heart. You can see this. So Christine has this as a word bubble. So let's not have it as a bee, but as one of our really cute animals. You could put it like this and then add a little sentiment. Great idea. I hadn't thought of that, but what I've thought of is that this is a balloon shape. So if you don't have any balloons, and so you could add that like that, put some like a little tie around it. You could do a series of balloons. So I saw it a little different than Christine, but I love your idea, so thank you. So it looks like so she would have it as the bee talking. Well, I was thinking of using it with another stamp set. So this is what is so good when you craft together. So does anyone else have any ideas of different ways? So I'll be using my balloon way. So this is like a little holder for the balloon, and I can do a series of them, have them in white, colour them any way I like, use some pretty paper. So, and there's the heart. So I love the punch. I mean, it's good that it cuts out the bee, but it's even better for me for all the other things that it can do. So now I'm going to just add the sentiment, and I've changed my sentiment up. I didn't like that. I love the words, but it just didn't fit. That size didn't fit this design. So I decided to change it up. So this time it's got just a note because I've got post-it notes there. Oops, made a mess of that. I did move it. I went, let's see what happens here. Just go up and down. That's far better. I'm going to fussy cut this to keep it simple. And then don't go, because I've got to show you some of my class projects, which I'll also might be sharing, I'm not sure yet, sharing with you on Facebook Live as to how to make some of them. One of them I already have, I think. Not sure. Okay, so there we go. Just to know.
Make sure your speaker is connected and try again.
Not that Siri's listening. Okay, so that's a lot better. I might pop this one up because it's such a small one. I put on here my little dimensionals. I put them all over here because I didn't think I was going to use any dimensionals at all. Now let's finish these off. So we've got a couple here. Oops. Turn it over. So nobody's commented on my branding. Cuts around some of the words so it looks like the bee is talking. Yeah, I didn't. Christine is excellent at thinking of alternative ways of using dies. And I can now say punches. Rightio. So we're just going to, come on, you can let me know where you think. Up there, in the middle, down there, or just off to the side here. What's everybody think? Any comments? I'm just going to leave that there because I think that's it. Now I will pop up whilst I wait for where you think I should put my sentiment. So this is how it will close down. So if I wanted to put it in a large envelope, won't be a small letter, a large envelope, to the side over there, Sharon. So I'm going to put it, let's just put it there. First in. So there we go. So how pretty is that? So I love that. And it's a simple card. You can use the supplies you have. And in fact, you can use whatever you've got. And it's a great way to use up some of your stash for Christmas gifts. Now, I've got a few things to show you. Where have I put them? Oh, here they are. So these are, actually, they're a bit soft anyway. You're not seeing them yet. So the projects that we're doing on the class. Now, this is a stepped up class. So we're making this frame, and I'm including the frame. And we're not making the frame, we're making the contents of the frame. Then we've got the chocolate slider card. Well, not card, but treat holder. Then we're going to be making this. I'm going to be showing you, maybe I'm providing the chocolates if there's still left when everybody gets here, because I have eaten a few. So we're going to make that. And also, I haven't finished this one yet. In fact, I've lost, here we go. So it's a large rosette. Now this is styled on something I shared with you earlier in the week from that Stamping Up. So this is going to go across there. I'm going to add a few more layers. How gorgeous is that? So I'm going to show you how to make this. Hiya. So you've made that look easy. I love it. Well, it is easy, Glenda. That's the point. Once you get those measurements, and I just want to add something, say you want to use big Post-it notes, which you may, because you might already have them. All you have to do is extend your card size down to here, everything else just a little bigger, and you're right to go. So it's easy to adapt to the size of the paper or the box that you're using. So thanks everybody. Julie, I'm glad you liked the projects that I've just shown you. That's it for today. And as I said, a pretty quick project. I've done a little bit of sharing other information as well. And I've loved all. Oh, Julie likes the branding as well. So thank you. I'm so glad because I think it's nice to freshen things up, and it reflects that I live at the beach and it's who I am. Now I live at the beach, and it brightens up everything, makes everything clean, like just a little more clean and bright. So thank you, Lynette. Thank you for your lovely feedback, everybody. I will see you hopefully tomorrow when we join with Christine, who's on today. Join with Christine, and we're going to be showcasing the Meandering Meadow bundle. I might be showcasing the suite. I'll just whisper that in case Christine's listening. Now, I have no idea what project she's going to be using. Wait a minute, whilst I do this, I'm going to just add that up. So that's the instructions. Take away my banner if I can. Is there anybody watching on YouTube? I don't know. And I've forgotten what I was saying. I can't even remember now. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I will be sending out a little gift from somebody who has joined us today and left some comments. More comments, greater chance. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. Love you all dearly. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.